with you.
Oh my God, David!
Hello, everyone, and welcome to a new year. My name is Brandon Ross. I am your host and game master here at Player Hater Gaming, and welcome to our table. It's been a good
Oh gosh.
classic. Anyways, thank you all so much for joining us. I appreciate it very much. Hope you're having a fantastic new year. We did take some time off for the holidays, so I know we had a lot of fun. I hope you had a lot of fun and was able to spend it with friends, family, whatever you choose. We're not picky. Just, have fun and get your snacks. But it's D&D. So let's get through announcements quickly and move right into it. First off, if you have not done so far, make sure that you check out all of our lovely social spaces. We have Instagram, we have Twitter, we've got our YouTube, we've got places to store these videos. If you want to go back and watch them, we've got your back. We have Discords. They are not new, but they are fun. We have our Player Hater Gaming Discord, the official Discord, where it is come to share memes, talk life, talk D&D, and just have a bunch of fun. And then, of course, if you would like more D&D in your life, we do have another server for you. David, if you would, give us a nice little a quick tidbit about this amazing other server we have.
Do you want to create chaos? Do you want to write chaos? Do you want to, really just go in there and just be like, ooh, there's a party I could join and make some more chaos and actually have the person running it have a kind of headache because I just threw in this really badass character I created? Yes, that is a place to go. We will teach you the ways, so do not worry. Yeah, that's all of Shirma, so definitely have fun there if you want to. I'm actually going to be in the process of creating a new character there, so...
Nice.
I shall,
just a couple quick questions about it. What if
Yes.
I don't know anything about D&D?
Oh, don't worry about it. You don't need to know squat to join.
Yeah.
We will teach you. We will tell you what the stats mean. We will tell you how to use your character if you have no idea what you're doing. You have questions on the character class, on a certain aspect of the character. We have you covered. We will teach you. As Karasu wants, we will teach you. If it was also absorbed by Aboleth, yeah, I'm sorry. There's no refunds. Can't help you there.
That's all right. Anyways, one last kind of fun announcement. Be on the lookout. We've got some things in the clockworks, and we can't wait to get those gears moving. But let's go ahead and get into tonight's episode of Tales of the Skytorn. In the year 208 PT, a world once grounded by tradition and mystery was forever altered. The events leading to the tearing and uprooting of the lands have faded into legend, leaving us with a mystifying era known only as post-Torn. Player Hater Gaming welcomes you to the realm of Ulthana, where our journey takes us high above the clouds, into a realm of wonder and peril, a world composed of dozens of floating islands, each a unique culture unto itself, safe from the dangers lurking below. In this world of soaring islands and untold mysteries, danger lurks in every corner. Heroes and adventurers are born out of necessity, where the unknown has a way of finding its way into even the most tranquil of places. Meet our heroes who will shape the destiny of the Skytorn realm. Dragix, the unlikely but unyielding paladin, a beacon of virtue and strength. Red, the talented sorceress, wielding the elements with unmatched prowess. Eva, the warlock, possesses supernatural prowess, fueled by a pact of unknown origin and intent. Lovikazan, the indomitable barbarian, a force of nature and raw power. And lastly, the Doctor, the masterful wizard unlocking the secrets of the arcane with every incantation. These 5 souls, each with their own path, will converge in a tale of adventure, wonder, and intrigue. Join them as they explore uncharted territories and uncover the secrets of this realm. Welcome to Tales of the Skytorn. And welcome back, everybody. So, last session, there was a bit of a situation at the end of the lovely session. Thankfully, through creative and unique aspects of doing great things with their characters, we were able to see an interesting side, the onion that is Eva. Layers being peeled away, fears being revealed,
And yes, it made us cry.
and being faced with what many will say is the greatest treasure of all: friendship, family, respect, and love. Thankfully, they were able to pierce into her mind and bring her, I believe, a good sense of calm.
For now.
We moved into a long rest. At the end of the long rest, who, outside of one of you, you know who you are, believes they will wake up first?
Nah, need to be asleep.
Yeah. I mean,
Mm,
Now, if you're asking the player,
Zon would wake up early.
if you're asking the player is probably up at like just before dawn anyway. But the character, nah, his ass is asleep.
Okay.
Zon's up early.
Zon, you wake up.
Yeah.
You head downstairs to gather the things you need, because you definitely probably want coffee.
Yes.
As you
Chicoffee.
head downstairs. Chicoffee. You want
Chicoffee.
coffee? Okay, you're making
She's
chicoffee.
making chicoffee.
Okay.
Yeah.
As
Don't
you
have
head
that much
downstairs,
chocolate left. Relax.
you
She's
put together
addicted.
the ingredients you need, not really worrying about anything else besides a one-track mind, probably straight to just coffee.
Yeah.
Once you get it going and you've been
Mhm.
awake for a few minutes, you kind of turn over and realize you see Dragix.
Yeah.
That's it.
She's going to walk to the study doors and peek in.
As you head out of the kitchen, you do. Would you say you're probably moving pretty quick?
No.
No. Okay. So
It's a lazy morning.
Okay. You kind of move past, and then something out of the corner of your eye catches your attention on the table. Something that wasn't there usually. Something, because it was cleared off and cleared. You guys had your meal and cleaned it off. It's usually kept clear.
Yes.
Which you see accompanying the usual, probably, I guess, if I had to guess, Eva, you probably keep some kind of flowers on your table because you have a lovely daughter and you have yourself. So you probably keep the table a little decorated.
I did until Twilly came along and tried to eat them.
That's fair.
That's very
Fair.
fair.
With like flowers that are a little bit gnawed on. But
Mm.
you also see a note there.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
She's gonna pick it up and see if it's addressed specifically to Eva. If not, she's gonna read it.
It is addressed as Dear Friends. I can read it in my best doctor voice, or doctor, you can read it aloud.
I can read it.
Okay, thank you.
Dear friends, I have gone to the library. Something has come to mind and I need to look into it. I will be at the Academy Library till visiting hours close, and once it does, I will be moving to the other library we have been frequently as of late. Signed, the Doctor. P.S. Drax and Red, do not run off on your own while you all look into the job we have been given.
Damn.
Red's immediately just gonna go off on her own.
You're-
when she finds out.
When you hear the note, you will. Yeah,
Yeah.
right now you're in La La Land.
When she finds out, it's gonna be instantaneous.
Instantaneous.
You know, Zon probably just shrugs like, okay, this is the doctor. He can handle himself. He's probably not lying to us. It's fine.
You can insight check the paper. I don't know what to tell you. What do you want from me?
I mean, yeah, she probably would though. Like, is it?
Insight check.
Is
Insight
it?
check his
She's like
handwriting.
squinting at the paper, like trying to read the fancy writing. She has to read it like 3 different
Typical
times.
Doctor handwriting.
Yeah.
What
It's in common,
You are a
so-
doctor. Is it legible?
My name is not.
Yeah. You in the name, you make out the D and then like an R and then some scribbles.
She knows Dr. Dot is short for doctor.
Doctor,
Oh,
doctor.
God.
Doctor. Is that his real name? Oh shit. Okay.
You guys don't know my last name.
No, we don't.
No,
God,
we
I
do
have to get
not.
to know my party members better.
Mm,
I have stories for you guys later. Yeah. So she's just like, it's probably fine.
mm.
I'm just gonna put it on like the island here, and she's just gonna continue making her coffee.
Okay.
Yes.
You continue making your coffee. Track eggs
Yep.
before long. The interesting but delicious smelling blend of strong coffee with chocolate undertones begins to waft through your dragonborn nostrils. As you would be the first to smell it because you're right there.
Yes.
You just see if Zahn was actually paying attention. Drac is still half asleep, and he just zombies himself upright,
Mm-hmm.
and then just turns and just starts to slowly walk towards, and then hand just goes out, still like eyes
She'll-
half lidded, and everything,
She'll hand him a mug.
and he just sits on the table and just starts drinking it, and slowly wakes up.
Okay.
She'll pour the rest into a large beaker and put it on the table and put mugs out for
Okay.
Red and Eva, and then come sit. And she'll put the litter in front of him.
Okay.
She slowly sees the life come into his eyes as he drinks.
With every
He's like-
sip, his eyes get a little more clear.
What? What's that?
Letter.
He squints at it for a minute. He's like, words. No, too early. Drink
Yeah.
some more.
Take your time.
It's just the meme with the math equations behind him as he's trying to read.
Yeah, yes. Really, what he reads first is Doc, library,
Yeah.
run
Yep.
off. Okay.
Don't run off, I think was the word.
Don't? No, that
Yeah.
says run off.
Look, the sentence before on the next line above. Don't.
The sentence before and the next line above. Drax immediately goes down to the line below it. Red and Drax run. Okay, we'll run off. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
I'll follow what he says. Yes.
You need to wake up.
he drinks
Yeah.
some more in the process.
Red, you're not sure why, but you just suddenly sneeze and it wakes you up.
She immediately checks on Eva.
Oh.
Eva?
Would the effects of the level up take place during the long rest?
It would. Whatever effects that have happened during a level up will have resolved themselves at the end of a long.
Oh, goody.
Well, the question is because of a new feature where I just don't need sleep anymore.
Okay.
So
So here's that would be. At the end of your long rest, just throughout the day for roleplay purposes, and when we come to the next long rest, we'll go through that. So I would
Okay.
say the effect is there. Yes, mechanically for D&D purposes, bam, it's working. It's there. For roleplay purposes, you and I will go through that tonight on tonight's long rest.
just wanted to make sure because
No,
that
great
determines order of operations.
Yeah. No, I would say it
So
hasn't taken effect as in you
Okay.
just got done sleeping, so you wouldn't
Yeah.
have to think, I don't need to sleep anymore. We'll
Okay.
do that tonight.
So Red would turn to Eva and watch, actually, as Eva's hair turns from the gold that she uses with the disguised self, the gold blonde, to pitch black.
That's not the alter self? Like that's not her true form, right?
That
she turning back
is
to her true form because Red's seen it.
the form that you see when the vampire side of Eva takes over.
Got it.
Because the disguised self is what gives her the blonde hair, the blue eyes, the
Right.
regular fangless teeth. So all of that goes away, and she is back to her vampire self.
Dampier.
Dampier self, yeah. And just as you wake up and turn to Eva, that shift occurs from blonde to black.
So is that Eva dear? Wake up. And she will just kind of rest her hand on Eva's shoulder.
Fuck, I'm sore. Oh,
Right. How are you feeling?
A little painful. I deserve it, though.
Stop it.
Oh. I
Bear hugged an owl bear.
what?
Why do I feel like I got bear hugged by an owl bear?
Yeah, basically.
Don's 20 strength over here.
Exactly. That's where it all came from.
Yeah.
Oh. Is it
So-
morning already?
Oh, it is. Do you need to sleep more? Not to worry you, but your hair is black. Like your spell has dropped itself.
She kind of just picks a strand of it and looks at it. Oh. Well, I guess that happened. Yeah, so yeah, this is gonna be the form that you get from now on.
It's still you.
Yeah, just a little bit darker, I guess you could say.
Do you know how long I've lived? I've dealt with darkness before. It's fine.
The eyes might get. You know what? Never mind. You'll get used to it. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Just-
I will.
I'm not freaking out again. This is, I
Just-
guess, going to be the new norm.
Right. Well, I assume the new norm of you also still wants coffee in the morning.
Absolutely.
Right.
And by the smell of it, that sounds to coffee.
Right. Shall we?
Absolutely.
And Red will get dressed. Go downstairs.
Such a chore. Oh dear.
Uh-huh.
After your
Eva
shirt
also.
sleeveless, does it really take that long?
Apparently.
Eva will also get dressed, but she's not in her usual like fancy gown. She goes for a more tunic style, but still elegant outfit.
Okay.
And for the players in the Skytorn channel, there is an updated Eva for you.
Oh.
Ooh.
Very nice.
Very nice. Very, very
Black
nice.
tunic with a bit of a purple trim along it.
You should rip
Indeed.
those sleeves off, dear.
I'm not like you, I don't destroy my clothes, and I don't set them on fire.
Fair.
But we will head down and join the other two.
Okay. Head downstairs. You see at this point, probably like 3/4 to half awake Drakix
Uh-huh.
and a pretty alert and awake Livigazon with a very inviting, large glass beaker of
Yep.
coffee
Coffee.
and 2 empty mugs set neatly side by side on one side of the table.
Mm-hmm.
No Doc?
No. He left a note.
At least he went that far.
Yeah.
He said, "Red eye, run off, library."
All
Mhm.
right. Sounds good to me. When are we
Let's-
leaving?
No. Maybe let's let the one who's actually awake read.
You should have thought that before you let Drakex read it.
He had it in his hands and I didn't want to rip it, but yeah. Yeah, he went to the library, I think it was the university library, and then he's gonna stay there till closing and then go to the other library that we've been to, the one where we found out my weird stuff, Drax, and then proceed to say, don't let Drax and Red run off on their own. Or together by
That doesn't
themselves.
sound like Doctor.
No, not at all.
No. Mm-mm.
Hotly.
Listen, at least he had the mind to leave us a note, considering what that dagger might do to his mind.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. Like, this is Doc's writing, right? And she'll hand it over to Eva and Red. Like, this is his writing, right?
I love it.
It's very unusual that he left a note.
Is it
There's no expertise in forgery.
I mean, it's written in
Technically, there's
common.
you can make a roll for it.
Have you guys ever seen Doc write in common before?
No.
Yeah.
On maps and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, that's about
It's
it.
true.
He does write things out for other people. Everything
When he
in his
remembers
little
to.
notebooks- Yeah. Or when he's asked specifically.
Yes.
Well, I'll give him a little time and probably catch up with him at some point.
Yep.
Hopefully he finds what he's looking for, I guess. Kind of odd, but that seems to be Doc nowadays.
Right.
My
So-
main concern is that he doesn't end up in jail trying to get that item back for you, Red.
Well, we're supposed to wait at the fountain, I think.
All right.
I mean, we could always go and visit him.
I mean, yeah.
Certainly. Should we make a
Just-
stop by the fountain on the way just to kind of make sure the other professor hasn't left a note? Or something, anything is there with my thing?
Probably. Don't want somebody taking it.
Right.
We can head that way.
Mm-hmm.
Let
Yeah.
me run upstairs real quick. I'll grab Twilly and we can go.
All right.
Yes.
You awake yet over there, scaly one?
No.
Yes.
It took you a
Yes.
full 5 seconds
he
to
though?
answer. I'm not sure.
Is he though?
Just he can take the coffee. It's fine.
Yeah.
He just
walk
all you
inside.
guys see is at that mention he just tilts his head back, opens up his jaw a little bit, and just drops the contents straight down his gullet and just puts it down.
Right. Do you need another one?
No, I'm good. Where are we going? Also, good morning.
Good
Ish.
morning.
Is
Hmm.
it? Yes.
Right. So fountain, then university library.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So, all of you gather the things you would normally want for the day, and you head out. Is there a particular path you're going to take, or anything you want to do during your walk to your first location?
Nine.
Distract, bless you, if there are any apple carts.
Okay, that. Yeah.
Strangely enough,
Ah! Oh, look
Not
over there.
even. You said
Away
we're
from
going to
that.
the Academy Library first?
Yeah, the fountain and then the
Fountain.
Academy Library first. Yeah.
As soon as you step out, who's the first one at the door?
Sure.
Zahn?
Probably
Sure.
Dawn.
Zahn, you get out the door and you look around, just simple barbarian, fighter, warrior, cursory glance. Make sure, like, not paranoid, just, hey, let's check the morning traffic.
Yeah.
Make a perception check.
Okay.
Get a 2.
Oh, you fucker. 13.
13?
Yeah.
Okay. You don't see it, but you smell it.
Oh my god.
There is something of a fresh, baked, good apple
She's gonna let her-
breakfasty style thing in the air.
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna follow her nose.
Bless you, where are you going?
There's something in the air.
It's called air.
It's more than that.
Oxygen.
Even more.
Drac is just kind of like lean over and like grab the back of her shirt and just be like, "No, did you not say that he said we cannot run off?
Keep
If
on.
I cannot run off, you cannot run off."
Keeps on going.
I will
You never
contest
said anything
this.
about me.
You contesting it? Okay.
I'm contesting this.
Both of you make strength checks.
You're not raging, so you hush.
You're not.
20.
20
Oh,
total.
Yep.
Be nice to
Drac is-
me. Be nice. 22.
Oh, wow. Zahn. Determined, like, I am a
Like-
barbarian. I am from the tribes. I will do as I please. You go to take a step and your foot about half moves. You're like, oh. He has
She
me.
just slow turns to look at him. I need breakfast
We need
to function.
I'll get you something afterwards, and I will get it for you. I don't know. I feel like dragging a cart behind us. So let's go.
I can carry it.
No, oh god.
Have you not seen me?
I don't feel like doing this early in the morning, so let's go. And he just starts to drag her with him.
She's like swatting his hands away. Get
And
off me.
And he's still holding her as he
Are you
brings
going to
her
hit him with
along.
a go get?
With a what?
Get.
Get.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
Red's
Right.
kind of snickering over on the side, just like
You're part of this family.
true enough.
You go.
All right. Nothing else really catches your eye along the way as the smell
Good.
of fresh bake, some kind of delicious carb-loaded bread and apple morning breakfast pastry leaves the scent in the air. You are taken to the fountain. This particular fountain, resting in what is known as the Cerulean Market Square, the largest market square in the district. It is the most central and largest hub of just inns, bars, restaurants, pop-up shops, just people commuting as well, walking back and forth. And even as early as it is, it's already pretty busy. There are merchants calling out their wares. People moving there, grabbing things they need. It's pretty busy already.
Mm.
What do you guys want to do?
Does Red see the professor or anything unusual or out of the ordinary in the area?
Make a perception.
Cool. That is a 13.
13 total.
Yeah.
Trying to think if. Yeah, I'd say so. With a 13 total, you don't see anything that looks familiar to the professor you were going to sit with, but you do see a couple of individuals dressed in similar like robes of authority. And I use that term just to kind of assist in the image you get. They are wearing like very nice silks that are tailored for their form. There's a wand on each of their hips, kind of like stowed almost like a dagger or a short sword. It's typical for professors to have this kind of shown. And you do see they have a bit of like a sash that is kind of denoting that they are of that teaching status.
Okay. Do they look like they're looking for someone?
No, they just seem to be moving. But they're heading in a direction that seems to be like, as you kind of clock them as they come in,
Mm-hmm.
they're making their way through. They seem to be going in a direction that is towards the Bexarine Academy.
Lovely.
Okay, so they're going where we're going.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. So she'll kind of pull Eva aside. So I see two professors, but I don't see the one we're looking for. And I don't know, we're all headed in the same direction anyway. But Professor was trying to get me back something that nobody wanted me to have back, so I probably shouldn't ask them, yeah?
You can at least ask them if they've seen the professor. There's no harm in that.
Hmm.
True.
A young, aspiring mind.
Mm.
That's what you are, right?
Don't know
Yeah.
about young, but sure.
That's true.
Hoping you use any of those words to describe Red personally.
Mm-hmm.
No,
It's all right,
but
we'll
I'm
keep it
pretty sure
between
she
us.
took expertise in lying, or at least proficiency.
Don't know what you're talking about, dear.
No.
All right, so she will see if she can intercept the professors.
Easy enough to do because they're not hurried. They're not late by any means. It's still, again, decently early. Like classes probably won't start for at least an hour. So yeah, you can intercept them.
Okay, hold on while I look through my notes to see the name of the professor.
Sure. Get my big list of NPCs.
All right, gosh. I have a ton of notes on this, and I don't think I have the name of the professor.
Lovely.
Mm-hmm.
Can always make a history check.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. Mm. Yeah, it's not anywhere in there. Damn.
Okay. Please give me a
Okay.
history check.
Oh, goody. Yeek. Yeah, we're re-rolling that. Mhm.
Would you roll?
I rolled a 2, but a 4
Ooh.
total. Yeah, I'm gonna use one of my little sorcery points. Oh, I should long rest probably.
Probably be a good idea.
Yeah.
Gonna throw it out there.
Yep.
Oh. You know, here I am forgetting the fact that that's such a thing, and I'm like,
Yeah.
not even a full health with none of my stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
Guys, come on.
I'm
Right.
good now.
Yeah.
You know, I'm good now. We're good. We're good.
Oh, that's 7. She's been there and talked to the person. A 7 should be enough.
Okay. You do not recall the name of the.
Mm.
But you do intercept.
I just hear is you there, you, Clarion. I need you.
What do you say?
Well, she's not gonna get their attention if she can't remember the name of the professor.
Oh, okay.
Because there's nothing to ask.
All right. They keep on going.
Okay, I guess then we're headed to the academy.
The same direction they're going.
Yep. Just, across the street, not looking at them.
We're not stalking them.
No.
Yeah.
We're not.
Yeah. Do they notice you?
Oh god.
No. Whatever it
Perfect.
is that they're talking with each other, they seem enraptured with their communication, just having a morning conversation over whatever objects they happen to be holding, which currently looks to be probably a cup of coffee and some kind of baked good that they probably brought from home. Follow them. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Wait.
Man, it'd be great if we had Pass Without Trace. It's a shame that we don't get that spell.
True.
Mm-hmm.
But you get to the Bexrine Academy. You've all had your time at the front desk. You know what to do. Sign in. You are given directions to the library. It is open to the public at this time. So would anybody actually check the logbook, or would you just give your names and move on?
And Drac would check it.
Yeah.
Get tracked. Doctor, did you sign in, or did you bribe your way in?
Or did you not come here at all?
I went to see the professor.
Not see the doctor's name.
We did not
Hold
see the
on.
doctor's name. Okay.
Drac just goes, 1 moment. He kind of like puts his finger just to make sure. Kind of like first like rubs his eyes with the other hand. It's like, all right, making sure the sleeve comes out completely. Goes over the list again, just turns to everybody. Well, our wonderful doctor is apparently not here yet, so we should go and find him. Didn't he mention something about a professor or something?
Right.
No.
Pretty sure the professor's name starts with a G. I still cannot remember it.
Do I leave Red to her torture any longer?
I say yes.
No, no.
Because I know it.
Yes.
I have it in my notes too.
Same.
Me too.
I have it pulled up and ready to let her give it to her once enough time passes.
Mhm.
Honestly, I'm actually not allowed to not remember the name because it's my grandmother's name.
There's a hint.
I don't know.
That doesn't help
That's
us.
not a hint. Only person here who that actually is a hint towards is Tasha, but that is
I
it.
will say this. Given this information, everyone that's not a doctor is being put on hold. We are going to go back about an hour. Doctor, you arrive at the library at a different desk, knowing your destination, not the library. You had left within the letter that you gave. You get to the front desk, you see a new individual sitting.
Oh.
Well, new to you. They're
Okay.
not new to the school, but they have the school's attire on. They're just a person you haven't seen yet.
Mhm.
You see a male human, about probably, you had to guess, probably about 20, 25 years old. Probably either is working their way through this college or just works here. You're not sure which one.
Okay.
But as you arrive, you can see they have a bit of a simpler, a little more pale complexion. They have this bit of like a close cut brown auburn hair. And as you approach, they kind of look up at you. Yes, good morning. Usually don't see people this early.
Good morning.
Can I help you?
Yes, is Professor Gale in today?
starts doing like this number right here, like looking like just inspecting your mask,
Mhm.
like basically without touching it, he's inspecting your mask.
Doc's very used to this. A lot of people do this.
Actually, she's on a leave of absence.
Oh. Well, I had business with her as she was expecting. Do you know for how long?
No.
Is there a way I can ask for a means of communicating with her?
No, sorry. She's had to leave suddenly.
Can I insight this?
Absolutely. Make a side check.
Fucking wrecking.
Wow, that is terrible for me. That's a 9 total. I rolled a
Maybe
3.
she had like a family emergency, or she had to quickly just go take care of something, but nothing nefarious seems to be about the way he's talking to you. He definitely seems abrupt,
Mhm.
but nothing negative or lying necessarily comes. Just there's a quickness to it that kind of lines up with the fact that if a professor had to leave suddenly, it probably sent a lot of things just out of whack.
Well, I'm aware that your desk here has a means of communicating with professors remotely. Would mind to send her a message for me?
She you're not wrong, but due to her absence, we have been asked not to contact her. But I can get a written letter to her.
How long would that take?
To get to where she is at, maybe just a few days.
Is she off island?
She is not.
Very well. This business I have is a bit urgent, but is there anyone else who is any other professors available who specialize in illusionists or conjuration? I know the last conjuration professor is no longer with us.
You are correct, yes. The professor who took their place is Professor Cascabo.
Are they available to see a guest?
Yes, they don't have a teaching in the morning. Their next teaching starts in 2 hours.
Fantastic. Would it be all right if I go speak with them?
Well, since they're here, and it's okay. Give me just a moment.
Of course.
You can see he kind of like reaches under the desk and starts pulling out various things. He sets out like a ring, sets out like a bracelet. Aha! Grabs a wand and he like quickly shuffles the other 2 items back into the desk and closes it. He
I know exactly which one. I've seen them use before.
Yeah, he kind of holds it, the wand, to the temple of his forehead. His eyes just roll to the back of his head. You can see his mouth move, but you don't hear any words. Can you read lips?
No.
No idea what he says. But about 20, 30 seconds pass. Removes a wand. Yes, Professor Cascabo, we'll see you.
That's well. Okay.
And they've taken the room that Professor Gale was in.
Hmm.
Are you familiar with where that is?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Cool. And he just turns the tome around towards you. Go ahead and sign in. Show you what.
Doc will sign in.
Okay.
And I will make my way to Professor Gale's previous office or classroom. Yeah.
Yep. About a 10-ish minute walk through various halls, stairs. But you make it. You come to a familiar door that is a little half open.
I would knock on the door as it slowly opens. I won't enter. but I was like, do that knock where I kind of open door and knock at the same time,
Yeah.
but not actually
As you
enter.
as you knock, the door just kind of finishes opening itself. Yes, please come in.
Doc will head on in. Good morning, Professor Castwell, I believe.
Yes, Casco. And you see a female human, probably about late 50s, roughly 5'3", 5'2". She has a bit of this like short braided green hair, but these like bright pink eyes, like odd matching for the apparent age. She just smiles. Yes. Don't think we've met, but I believe you knew who was in the classroom before me.
Yes, and I'm an acquaintance of Professor Gale.
Yes.
Well, she was helping me with a research project, and well, her absence is, unfortunately not most fortuitous for that.
No. Make a perception.
23.
20. As you say this, you kind of watch as her left hand kind of falls to her waist side. She's unable to hide it because she's not probably known for her subtleness, but you watch as a couple of fingers twitch and a wand apparates her hand. But she keeps it semi-hidden.
Now, my dear, I don't believe that's quite as necessary as you think it is.
I certainly hope not.
Well,
Tell me of this project.
well, be fair, I don't quite know you, and I don't know whether or not it's safe to tell you.
Then I suggest you just turn around, leave the classroom.
It is crown business, is why I say this.
Is this about the cube?
Doc will slowly nod.
You hear the door close itself. So you're the maybe not the reason. Did you bring it here?
Yes,
See,
we had asked Miss Professor Lavina to look into it.
I'm aware. Not of who asked. Didn't know that much. Cube has claimed 2 professors.
So Professor Gale is no longer with us either, is it?
No, she's in body. She is here. Mine is something all different.
Would you elaborate?
Something broke her. She was found curled up in a corner of her office, hugging her own legs, rocking back and forth, unspeaking. What did you bring to this school?
Frankly, I was hoping the school would tell me. But since it's so dangerous, I would implore for it to be returned to me for everyone else's safety.
Unfortunately, that is beyond. It is sent to the castle researchers. Containment and study. I would
sure that-
suggest, if you want to see it again, you start finding friends at the castle.
My dear, I quite already have them. But
Good.
I am also here for another reason.
That is?
I wish to have access to the staff-only part of the library for simply the next 3 hours.
Make a persuasion. You can hold that check if you have more roleplay you want to add. Or if that's all you're going to offer on the table, go ahead and make a check.
How much do I reveal? Is the question then. It pertains to the owner of the item, specifically. He is an undead sort. I believe he's a reborn. I myself am practiced in necromancy. I'm quite familiar with what the undead are capable of, and I believe the staff section would hold more answers to my questions about him.
Magic like that doesn't come from somebody studied.
No, it does not.
If you think they're somewhat aligned with the undead, you would be looking for somebody a little more potency.
You are correct. But as far as I'm aware, there's no professor here that has that potency.
And you would be correct. If one person held that much strength, we wouldn't have a world anymore, probably.
Well, unfortunately, someone seems to do.
Hopefully not this individual you speak of.
I don't think he is. I think he's simply a puppet of the individual who brought him back.
What is it you hope to find?
Answers to multiple questions that all pertain to this but come from different sources. Mostly about consciousness outside of our realm.
Persuasion.
Rerolling this.
Okay, what'd you get?
I got a 6.
Okay.
So much better. 17.
17.
No modifier.
Why do you cover your face?
This is simply a gift from my recently departed wife. A doctor's mask. I could remove it for you if you wish, and then Doc would go ahead and start removing it.
Okay.
I'm mostly a healer by trade, but since most healing derives from necromancy originally, it's the field I chose to specialize in.
I see. Well, there's certainly nothing wrong with studying the field. Wrong with applying spells from that school. Many don't realize that those that pray pull upon that school.
They do.
But I do my best to forego discussions with those from the town. Two hours.
It's more than I need. Thank you.
I will be coming with you.
I expected nothing less.
And the door opens. And she
Doc,
walks
we're-
out with a purpose.
Doc will reaffix his mask and head out.
Okay. Back to the party at the library desk. Realize the doctor's name not on the sign-in tome.
Mm-hmm. I
I'll
mean-
check some spells real quick. Give me just a second.
I would talk to him if I could.
3 feet of wood or 1 foot of stone.
Mhm.
Yeah, she's gonna try and message him. Either
What
he's
direction do you
upstairs.
point?
Well, he's either upstairs or in the library, and so she will just do one of each. One of them's going to work. It's a cantrip.
Ooh, meanwhile they're doing that.
Okay.
Very simple. I'm gonna cast Locate Object on the doctor's mask. It's
Does
within
that
1,000.
work?
If it
Mhm.
so,
Does.
as long as that object is within 1,000 feet of you, I know the direction of its movement.
1,000 feet.
Yeah.
Yep. Like measuring out the library.
Right? Come on.
And if there's now the only caveat is if there's any thickness of lead between me and him,
Lead.
I will not be able to know where he is.
Yeah. I'm looking.
How far
There's
is where
lead
I'm
in
at
this
to the
library.
library?
We have other problems.
Yeah, we have other problems.
Mhm.
Oh my god. Let's see here.
He's not liking me today. I can tell that now.
No,
Mm,
it's mathing. Please hold.
He's not only doing math, he's also calculating, or do any of these professors' offices have lead?
Really, in all honesty, currently he's just like, God damn it! Now he's making me create like a 3D map in my head
Yeah.
of the entire
so
building in order to figure out
I'm just
on the
gonna
Z
roll a
axis.
D100.
oh my god.
Do you want the high end or the low end?
I will ask the party minus minus Doc. High end or low end?
Low.
It's one for low.
So if it's 1 to 49, you got him.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
What level spell is that?
That is a level 2 spell.
Okay. At the farthest reaches of your brain, it's like somebody took a push pin and very, very gently just tacked it into your brain. It's not painful. It's just there. And you get a direction that is not in the direction of the library.
He's gonna go, oh, he's in this direction. And we start walking towards that direction.
1,000 feet.
Yep.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Of course. Good spell. Good spell.
You're welcome.
Good call.
You know, in all honesty,
Good.
I've had it on my list ever since I could.
Just waiting for a good chance.
It's just
to throw
been
it out there.
sitting there for like when to use me.
Yep.
Perfect. You get it, and you're like, "That's in the direction
He's-
of the actual school."
Immediately, he just goes, "Oh, he's not here." He just turns, starts walking out, but he's still kind of like dragging Zahn with him too.
So I was
'Cause
just
he
like,
hasn't really let him go.
Just okay.
I'm his emotional support blanket.
Yes.
Yes,
God.
currently today, yes.
Yeah.
Now it lasts 10 minutes.
Yep.
At what pace are you moving?
Fast as fuck.
No, we're not going fast. Look, all right, I'm not trying to trample down any students or teachers on the way,
Okay.
you know. But I'm also.
Would one say you're moving with a purpose?
Oh yes, I am.
Okay, so let's go with like speed and a half.
Yeah.
On your way through the school, in your
Mhm.
best attempts to get to wherever the doctor is, eventually you start getting to where there's classes and more students, professors, and then it leads towards another wing where a different library. A library.
With a purpose.
A library.
Unless somebody stops them.
That between you and wherever your end goal is another desk.
Yep.
And as you approach, you see a individual sitting behind it, kind of see you coming, and kind of stand. Can I put a hand up? Can I help you?
Try considers for a moment. Do I just steamroll this guy down? No. We visit here too much. Let me not get onto the bad side. Drake's actually gonna stop in front. He was like, yes. And is Doc's mask like behind that wall that they're standing at?
Oh yeah.
Okay. He goes, yes. Our friend with a doctor's mask, black cloak, came through. We're trying to find him. Known as the Doctor.
Whoever you may be to whoever that person is, you cannot enter this area without a professor or without being a member of our staff.
Oh no. Nope, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to utterly fill in. Nope. I mean, could you send a message to him and then, like, get the professor to come out and verify that we're us, and then...
You could actually tell him the fact that Drac is here.
Yep.
I won't move any further. Tell him
And
that
Ludwig,
Drac,
yep.
Ludwig is on, Ava, and Red. He's gonna turn around. He's expecting the other two to be there because he just kind of like walked off.
Did you actually follow?
Yeah.
the begrudging.
They probably had to run with our long legs.
Probably.
I don't want to talk about it.
I feel like, in all honesty, I feel like Ava at one point just said, "I'm just screw this. Drax's tail is here," and she's just currently sitting on top of it as it's just been swinging along. And Drax has not noticed anything until now. He just looks down. He's just like, "Oh, you found a chair. Okay."
He looks at all of you and just one moment, please. And
of course, take your time.
Sits and you see his hands kind of go up under the desk, and then he just sits there waiting.
Are you doing magic right now?
He doesn't answer. He just gives you a look. About 45 seconds to a minute pass, and the door opens quickly, and another individual dressed similar to the one at the desk walks out. Yes? I just need you to watch these individuals for a moment, please. Right. And he just basically posts up and stares all of you down as the other one you were talking with goes into the room or wherever, because it's just a hallway that ends in double doors. You don't know how large it is. You don't know where really it leads to.
Mm-hmm.
Drac is just gonna look at him, just be like, "I really wasn't gonna go any further until I got the approval, but okay, you can stay there and watch me anyway." And he just leans against the desk and just stare.
Zahn leans over. I think it's policy. Is that what they call it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not upset about it. I'm just
Laughing
saying.
Looks
No,
so
I
red.
know. Honestly, Red probably could have talked their way into there, but I just didn't feel like it today.
Mm.
Doctor, after about roughly an hour of you being in this space, you have go and make me a investigation check, and you can either ask for the professor's help, or you can give them what you're looking for, and they will make their own roll.
I imagine I have a better modifier than she does, so I'll get her help.
Okay.
So,
Roll it. But as you're getting those, you see as the individual you had passed about an hour ago at the front desk approaches. There are 4 interesting individuals outside asking for you. And he looks to Doctor. A dragonborn, very tall, muscular woman. A dark-haired woman. Red-haired woman.
I recognize the first 3. The dark-haired one don't, but tell them that I will be joining them in the next hour in the library. The regular library.
Very well. Leaves you.
I rolled a 20 point, by the way.
Okay. What are you looking for? Give me
Two
a
things.
main. I'll let you think on this for a while. I'll get back to them. Give me a main and 2 sides.
All right, 2 sides. Okay.
Well,
Apparently, you can make dinner with this now.
about a minute passes where all of you are just standing in awkward silence before the individual comes back and approaches all of you. The person.
You could
said
call
they-
him
The
doctor, 'cause
doctor.
that's what he is. Yes, the
Yep.
doctor.
Right. The guest
The doctor.
It's
will
all right.
meet up with all of you in the regular library in about an hour.
All right, thank you.
Appreciate it.
Of course.
And Drac is just going to leave a platinum coin on the counter, on the table.
Why are you?
Wait, do I actually have any platinum?
Why?
I do have a platinum.
Why? No.
You guys have so much platinum.
I
do.
know.
You do? Half the time I don't remember
It's
how
all
much
of
you
our
have.
savings.
Do you not
What are you
remember
talking-
what you got? I'm not going to remind you if you don't remember.
I do.
I have it. I have it, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You see him grab it before the individual even notices it. That's
And
like
before-
a year wages for him.
Yeah. And actually, before he directly leaves, he just turns around and just goes, just one moment. How does one actually become a member of staff here as a precaution in case we ever need to?
Well, most of us that work here are students working our way through the school, or we are graduates who decided to stay here and continue to give our time and, of course, a decent wage to the school. Typically,
Uh-huh.
those of us that work here have gone to this school, but there are some of us who just help out. But those jobs are typically things that don't have such bonuses or free roam of the entire building.
Mm.
So in
Do we-
essence, in order to get free room, we had to have been a student and graduated in order to actually get a job here, in order to actually be able to get Okay, never mind then. I appreciate
Not
it.
completely graduated. You can work here while going to school here.
And how much
But-
does it cost to go to this school?
That depends. Just how much magic do you know?
I can talk to animals.
Okay, that's a good spell.
Mhm.
Anything else?
I can see through their eyes. I can hit things really hard. That's primarily.
Well, that's not a spell, but
I mean, if you phrase it into where it's enhanced
Yeah.
ability, maybe.
If I go maybe it's a spell.
Mm,
No?
I'm not familiar with that dialect, but
Mm.
She knows how
It's
to.
quarry.
She knows how to cast iron, and he just looks at her for a moment.
right. I don't know if the school is open to all talents. You
or
are
lack of talents.
welcome to speak with
Ow.
anybody at the front desk.
Okay. I appreciate it, though. It was just a curiosity.
Mhm.
And Drax starts to leave, and and then he takes like about 3 more steps and stops. He just looks over his shoulder, like, "Where do I get this one food?" Pointing, but not pointing at Zahn.
There are a number of places to eat just off school grounds.
Where
AKA
would you consider the best place for someone to find sweets on grounds?
Sweets?
Yes, this one
Well,
has a sweet tooth.
there's a bakery not too far from here. Head out the front main door and go east about 2 blocks, and then the left. And there's no sign on this bakery. You just have to kind of know it's there. And follow the smell of the tarts. You'll find.
Got it. Okay. And he starts to walk away again. This time he's not stopping or anything. But he's now on a mission to go get her a couple of tarts. 2, really. Because he's like, I'm not carrying around an entire cart of tarts regardless.
You're going to be sitting in the library.
Ew.
Right.
He just goes, I'll meet you there in a little bit. And he just, as they start to walk towards the library, he turns and goes to the bakery.
Zahn follows him to the bakery.
No,
No. You go with them. You go with them.
But
No, we're not buying the whole cart.
I don't have any
No.
money to.
Come to the library.
Why? Because
If you
you
go
learn
with
more
them-
because I have no talent?
If you go with them, I may buy you 4. And he's still walking as he says that out loud.
Insight check.
Roll an inside check.
Roll I will roll deception. I will roll
Roll.
deception with my +7. Just for giggles.
Would you roll?
I rolled a 20.
3? You believe him. He'll buy you 4.
Fine. So follow them.
All right. So, who's going to the library to wait?
Red and bless you.
Eva?
I'll go with them.
Tractics.
Yep.
You head out the front door.
Mm-hmm.
On your way out, make a
Mm-hmm.
perception.
That's an 8.
You get out the front door, and what you notice is there seems to be a group of individuals heading in your direction. Looks to be.
We let him go off on his own.
Yep. It is a
I
male.
fucking told you.
A male, elderly individual, but still very regal looking, walking and standing upright. Very
Mhm.
fine clothing about them. Jewelry abounds. They are surrounded by 4, as you can tell, well-trained individuals. And with them is what looks to be some kind of a bit of a scrawnier looking individual that can barely have the physical strength to hold up their books. As you see what looks to be a rather wealthy individual coming to the school.
Mm-hmm. I will not steal. In his head, I will not steal. I will not steal. I will. He just turns east and starts going 2 blocks like he
Okay.
was told, and heads toward the bakery. He's like, I will be good. I'm just going to get these tarts right now.
You head the directions given to you. Then the smell catches. Absolutely fresh baked bread goods mixed with butter, a hint of vanilla, cinnamon, and apple. Following your way to an open door of a subterranean bakery, probably about like those where you have like those really old cities where some places are like 5 feet into the ground.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
It's like
yeah.
that. Like the window where all the heat and smell comes out of
Mm-hmm.
is like head height for a normal person standing in the building, but for you it's like street level.
Yep. Yeah. I'm going into the basement. I know.
Oh yeah, you're going into the
Yeah.
basement. You
We're
head
going into the
inside.
basement.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Make make one more perception check for me.
That's a 16.
Okay. You don't hit your head. As you go down, you realize this doorway is a bit shorter than most.
Already in his mind, he just goes, halflings and dwarves, and he just like leans under and goes and starts to slouch and everything
As
just
you
to
do
make
so,
sure.
you realize that the door was probably like an afterthought, but the building itself is correct height.
Yeah, but still, he's just like,
Yeah.
when he gets up, he starts to just like stretch out his shoulders a little bit. He's like, I should have stretched this morning before I got out.
You hear this voice come across. Good morning. How can I help you?
Good morning. I need let's see this.
What are you wearing?
He's wearing his normal clothes and the actual smoky shirt. Well, he
Okay.
did don his armor also at some
Okay.
point as precaution because he doesn't really trust his shit anymore.
Yeah. Well, looks like the city guard's got a few more mercenaries on his hands, huh? And you
Yes.
see this very bright-eyed, blonde-haired female halfling with this just like white on white outfit, the baker's apron, a bit of like flowers smudged on one of her cheeks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, something like that. Yes.
Right. Well, what can I do for you?
Can I get 10 tarts, please?
Of course. What kind? We have strawberry, apple.
I will take half and half. A half strawberry, half apple.
Do you want any of like an icing, like a cream icing on them?
Hmm. Do you have a container for that on the side, just in case my friends don't want it on theirs?
Well, I could yeah, I could fix something out.
I appreciate that.
Of course. And she gives you 5 strawberry, 5 apple, and then she gives you what looks to be like, imagine like a shot glass, but made out of like hardened baked pastry. Not so much for eating the pastry, but just to be a container. And she just fills that with the basically like buttercream icing.
Ooh.
Maybe a bit of like a thicker cream cheese to it.
He kind of like looks at it and goes, "That's safe to eat, right? Because I do know one of them would
I-
probably eat anything that is bread."
Technically, food safe, absolutely. Just don't know if you'd want to enjoy that kind of flavor.
Knowing them, they might. They might just do it because of that. I just figured I'd ask just to be sure.
That's okay. 10 breakfast tarts. Let's say. Oh, it's just let's make it a copper.
Copper? He puts down the silver. Keep the change.
Oh, thank you.
And he grabs the food and heads
Heads to the library.
straight to the library.
You get to the library. Red,
Yeah.
Vigazan, Eva. As you are sitting there, probably in awkward silence, just waiting.
Oh, if we're just chilling, waiting for him, I'm absolutely going to be doing some book reading.
Oh, sure. What are you looking for?
Basically just information on like the basis of PAPS, like the one that I made with my patron.
Okay. Make an investigation check.
Cool. Please don't suck. Please don't suck. Please don't suck. Not horrible. 11.
11. Okay. We'll say since it's only been a little bit of time, you do manage to find some titles that look like it could be worth your time to invest in. So you begin to. You get about 20 minutes into just looking through a couple of things, and there is a notable, like, very light thud as a box is just set on the table. Zon, you look over, you see Drakix smiling.
She's still grumpy.
So what Drac does is he takes out an apple and a strawberry and gives one of each. He gives them each one the apple to Ava and the strawberry to Red. And then he takes out another pair and then he gives both of those to Zan and sets it there in front of her. Then he brings out the buttercream, puts that on the counter. And then he just closes the box back up and he just waits for a little bit to see what Zan says.
She looks at him, looks at the pastries, looks at him. You lied to
Oh, really?
me. Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. And he just like opens the box, turns it around, and just like tilts it a little bit for her to see the other 6 in there. I guess I did lie. Then he closes it, puts it in the bag of holding.
Oh, Red is just chuckling, and she takes some of the buttercream and just pushes it on her pastry.
She just like
starts eating.
rolls up and just like her cloak almost just like floofs up and she just like starts eating like grumble, grumble, grumble.
It's delicious.
It is delicious.
Flaky, buttery layers with a bit of a filling to it. Not too much, too little, just the right amount.
Made me hungry.
Uh-huh.
It is about that time though for breaks, so let's go ahead and take our break. Go
Alright.
get some snacks. And then when we get back, everybody will be all together.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I'll give you the results of your search when we get back.
Yep.
10-minute break.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds
Works for
good.
me.
Okay.
We're gonna take a 10-minute break, go get some snacks, get some water, and we'll see you guys when we get back. Thank you so much. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Thank you for hanging out during our break. Hopefully, you went and got your own snacks. Let's see what everybody did with theirs. I had a fried chocolate pie, and I'm currently enjoying cold coffee because I want the caffeine in my veins.
You can just
That-
reheat it. You know that, right?
I made it specifically for it to be served cold.
Gotcha.
That is true.
For
I
an
wasn't
ice
going
trick,
to question.
I'll
I was
freeze
not
the
going to
ice
question him.
cube- I'll freeze coffee ice cube so it doesn't water down.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Makes sense.
Did you guys
It
do
does
for
make
snack
sense.
time?
3 guesses for Red.
I know, right?
Mm,
I'm a creature
Very
of
true.
habit.
She don't count. Moving on.
Damn.
All right, I'll see how it is. Peace.
No, I'm kidding. What kind of popcorn? Particular
Cheddar.
kind?
Yeah, white cheddar
Solid,
popcorn.
solid.
Yeah.
I too have popcorn,
Oh,
except mine is in a giant fucking
Was yours
bag.
now red? Was yours pre-popped or did you pop it yourself?
oh, I popped mine myself and then seasoned it myself.
Got it. You know what I do with popcorn? Here's a pro tip: if you get
Mhm.
like the extra butter or movie butter,
Mhm,
I
mhm.
sprinkle Parmesan cheese over it.
Yes,
Ooh,
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
very good.
yeah.
Top tier snack. Don't
delicious.
eat it while you're playing video games, but top tier snack.
Sounds about right.
Playing D&D, you can kind of
Yep.
like rinse your hands off real quick and roll the dice.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Or keep those little wipes next to you.
Yeah.
Mm.
I'm willing to invent a pair of jeans for like D&D, and it just has towel material like over the thighs.
See how many times you can wash it before it just becomes a stain.
So, I've been playing too much Warhammer. I heard towel instead of towel.
Oh. Drakkix, what'd you get?
Cheese fries. It was part of my dinner.
Ooh, nice.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Eva.
Still working on dinner, actually. Got some
Gotcha.
Subway going on.
Ooh,
Mm.
solid choice. I do like me some Subway. Big fan of the meatball sub. Love it.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
Doctor, cough drops.
Big bag of cough drops.
Big Jesus, that's big.
Too big in my head.
Yeah, and you're like 7'2", so
I am the local giant.
yeah, you are. You really are. All right, getting back into it, Doctor. During your time, for your first question,
Mhm.
you would know that such a bond is not well studied, but the strongest running theory is that there are items that could shield someone, shield their mind, but it's not enough.
Yeah.
Typically, if they want to use an item like that, typically in ring format, they have to have some kind of extra level of enhancement, empowerment, something like that added with it. Now, it
Mhm.
can be crafted if someone had a base of such an item that allowed them to block out such commands, thoughts, things like that. But nothing exists commonly. Typically, you have to take the base item that starts it with, or just the base concept, and build it from the ground up.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it can't be done, but it's not something that's just like, hey, I'm gonna go down to the Dollar General and grab something real quick.
Yeah.
You gotta, you gotta go to the Target for this.
Okay, so I guess are there no theorized instances of the second half of that question?
Breaking it typically results in the demise of the starter.
Mm.
The instigator is usually
Yeah. Okay.
for your second and third.
Mhm.
The second one, they exist. They're out there. They're not of this world. And for your third one, yeah, it's a long list. Narrowing it down what you want, you don't find anything categorized. You do
Okay.
find instances of it happening.
Mhm.
It is possible.
Yeah, I was wanting to see if there's anything that was already known that can help me narrow down what I need to know.
Not this time.
Okay.
But all of you after waiting your extra hour. Eva, what you find in your research, and you were, remind me again?
Just general information about the different kinds of like pacts and
Pacts,
deals
right.
that people are making.
So typically what you find is like the usual lore is that people go to the crossroads, bury, a couple of items in it, and a devil or a fiend appears and make a deal. You get a little more, let's say, because you are in a library, it does kind of assist, even though your role was an 11. You do find that typically there have been good pacts made typically with like the Feywild or entities like that, or even eldritch pacts made with deities that aren't really known for their eldritch realm. You can make a deity with a usual divine being. You can make a pact, but typically those things are in exchange for your soul. Usually doesn't end well. Even like in some instances with like a celestial being or a divine being that is of good nature, there have been stories you find where, hey, all right, thank you for your service. You're not going to come to my realm. I'm going to pack you full of power and run you into the enemy's temple and blow you up.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, they make a radiant nuke.
If it works, it works.
Yeah, exactly.
So pretty much they're just a bag of holding within a bag of holding. Got it.
Yeah.
Hopefully my players do not watch this and they do not realize that I may be doing that to one of them. Shh.
All right. Now that you are all back together, Doctor, you walk in after your extra hour of research. And
Drac pulls out a tart and hands it
you
over.
see
What
Eva
was
reading.
how was the professor after learning what I was wanting to research? Like her attitude towards me.
Curious, but would you divulge any further information or just like, hey, I'm looking for this kind of books?
I would inform her what kind of books I'm looking for, specifically like theories, specifically, because that's really all I'm going to get. I imagine
Right.
it's going to be more theorized content. I will inform her that it is related to the actual owner of the cube.
Make an insight check.
Mm-hmm. I did roll that advantage by accident.
That's right. What was the first one?
19 then.
19. You gathered she's a smart individual. She is a professor for a reason. She
Mhm.
probably is able to figure out that either you or someone of your party is afflicted in that related manner. You're trying to remove such thing.
Mm-hmm. If she doesn't say anything directly to me about it, I won't push the subject.
She would just leave you with the advice of whatever connections you said you do have with the castle. I suggest you ensure they are strong, and then make an attempt to retrieve or assist. You came for originally.
Thank you for your advice. And Doc, once I imagine that she says that after we finish up,
Yeah.
and Doc will give us a polite bow and make his way to the actual library, the normal library.
The normal library.
I'll sign in, of course.
Zon, Red, Drakix, what are you up to in this hour of time granted to you?
I would imagine she's already bled this place dry about phoenixes, so probably not much.
Try to look for more cloud charts.
Okay. Make an investigation.
I do not find anything with a 2, I'm sure.
With a 2, you find something, all right. You find plastered on the wall is the same chart you've known and memorized since you were a child. It's the same consistent known pathways of the island.
Drac is going to take something that he could ride on, or at least ask one of his compatriots at the table. And he's just going to draw it again and have it. And then probably with the previous knowledge that he had, that we recently gained a couple of weeks back, the last time they were in the library, he's going to try to guesstimate island drift in order to kind of figure out where the temple may be.
Okay.
Based on that.
One moment.
Mm-hmm.
While I research what kind of check I want to ask for.
When you had to make the DM think about what you just asked because you decided to pull it out your ass. Yes.
Give me a give me a survival check, but I want you to make the roll as if you had expertise in survival.
Okay.
Because of the knowledge you're pulling from is so specific. It's very generalized down, so I'm not going to penalize you for not being expertise in survival, but with your particular background of spending basically your life on the Cloud Ocean, we're going to pull from that knowledge.
That'll be a 22.
Dang.
22 total. Looking over this map, kind of thinking about how time of year it is, knowing the festivals that are coming up, kind of knowing how the islands drift, and thankfully having this place as a completely stationary location, one of your claw marks kind of ticks against the glass and gently, not scratching.
No, this is the drawing that he made from it.
Okay.
He would have drawn it in because he's not going to try to draw attention to what he's doing.
Okay, so you look down at your paper, you put your index claw on it. Gently, your talon kind of starts at the island you're on. Trace a path to Rees, which you know is another stationary island.
Mm-hmm.
You begin kind of in your head. To you, the islands on the paper begin to move as you begin to imagine exactly how each of their paths are throughout the year. And I would say you are able to very strongly mark out a good area that it could be at.
Then he's just going to put a circle around that general area.
Okay.
No other markings, no nothing, and he's just going to look to Red and just kind of give a slight nod, folds it up, puts it into the bag of holding as well with everything else. Just that way they could talk about it later. And when when Doc comes around,
just like paw at your hand, Eva.
It's like somehow he followed us into the library.
I've got both of them.
I mean, Tweely's always in her backpack.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. When Doc comes over, also Drac will go in, pull the box out, give him one of the tarts, and then give another 2 tarts to Zahn, and be like, "All right, there's your 4 I promised."
Heh, heh, heh.
Zahn's actually in the stacks trying to find books.
Well, it's going to be in front of her chair when she comes back to it.
What are you looking for? And give me an investigation check.
So she's going. Is this the library where they met that one librarian that was obsessed with Kalishars?
No.
No, this is a different one.
This is not.
Yes.
Okay,
That
this is
was
the
the
different one.
public library. In the
Oh,
Nook.
okay. She's gonna try and find information on her ancestry and try
Roll
and
an
figure
extra
out. Yay! Where's investigation?
Mm.
It's in the
That's a
eyes.
6.
6.
That's a 6.
You don't find it.
Yeah.
I'm
So I
sorry.
figured. That's okay. But she'll come back to the table, look at the
I'll say
charts.
you don't find anything of value.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You find things. Don't get me wrong. Like excuse me.
Yeah.
That didn't make any sense to GM. Let me narrate that for you.
Rephrase that for her.
You do
Yes.
find information about your home island.
Yep.
You find information about culture, basic things that people would want to know about it, things that you're just born with, so things you know very well.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't find anything extra or beyond that.
Okay. Cool beans.
All right.
But yes, she'll come back to the table, look down at the chart,
Yep.
down at the charts, look at Drax, nods at him and sits down and eats them. She's still hangry.
That's fine.
Yes.
He regrets nothing.
Oh, it's not you. Yeah. And the
Well.
doctor's here.
Yep.
Doc will head on over once he's signed in. See the pastry. See Drax set the pastry for him on the table. He'll come over, sit down.
Moves the cream over too, in case you want to put it on top.
Seeing Eva enwrapped in her own research. Noticing Zon's not here at the table immediately. Also confuses him a bit. And seeing Drakex with a drawing of the islands. We'll sit down next to Drax's, so you put the pastry next to him. Look over at what Drax is doing, and well, this is you're all not wasting time here.
If you're doing your research, we can at least do some of our own. Did you find anything useful up there?
Yes and no. I also have some bad news.
Mm.
He looks straight to you, Red. The professor we asked, Red, is no longer capable of helping us.
Oh, God. Okay. Told her to be careful.
I will
Not-
elaborate. I cannot say right now. I will elaborate when we are in a more private setting.
All right.
It's not public knowledge.
Lovely.
And he looked to Eva. I did find something that could help you as well, to help with instances of last night, maybe as well. But then he'll turn to Drax and be like, "It's a special ring we need to acquire for her. I don't quite know how expensive it will be, but I do think it's something necessary at this point." And then he looked where Zon is, because now she sit down. And especially if we wish to help out Zon, Eva will definitely need this ring.
Okay.
Right.
It's
We should
referred
look
to-
into how expensive it's going to be.
Yes, it's referred to as a ring of mind shielding.
I have one of those. Dracox gave it to me.
Then what was the item that was being referred to then, Brendan?
That was the item.
And it doesn't sever or block the link?
I gave you a specific description.
Mhm.
What needed to be done with such an item.
Do I know if I had the capabilities to do that then?
Make an Arcana check.
You're asking my best roll here.
I know.
Right.
I'm fully aware. Please roll well.
Y-
Please.
Just because you know you have the knowledge doesn't mean you have the skills. So
16.
16.
Yeah.
You probably could do it with about 6 months, 2 years worth of time.
Do I know what I need?
You know that there, as in all things, there are 3 main factors to everything that is done with magic.
Mhm.
It can be fast, it can be good, or it can be cheap. You have to pick 2.
Would my research give me the impression that this is also an item that could be purchased?
It cannot be purchased because, again, it's so. I take it back. Maybe someone's made this, but the level of protection and upgrades and magic required would be so narrowed down. It would be like asking to go get a Rolex that's perfectly measured to your wrist.
Mhm. Uh,
You would know there probably is a way to get a quick effect through means of magic that exist, very prevalent on this island and within the realm itself. A magic that pulls upon a source deep within all the islands.
yeah. And I know no one in this bar is willing to do that other than Doc, potentially. So, once he brings that up, it's an altered ring. Think more enhanced version of what you are currently using. I
that's some strong magic.
I do have the capability of making the item, but it is far too advanced for me to do it within a relative time. However, if we do find an individual who is highly skilled with maybe divination or abjuration magic schools, they might be more able to make it within a reasonable amount of time than I could. Though they would ask questions for what we would need it for. It's not a common item that can be found, or nor can it be purchased unless we are able to find someone who's already made one.
I mean, questions are going to happen anyway now, so it really doesn't matter.
Yes, I was meaning to ask. New look?
Unfortunately.
Well, that was only part of my research. I was able to find out a little bit more about what could be behind a few other of our issues, but I don't have anything concrete at the moment. Let's say the options were too many for me to narrow down to one entity.
Not
But
surprising.
and it would be no surprise to anyone here that the entity of which we are dealing with is not of this world. But
Right.
there are more than a few that could be what we're looking for. For example, there are things called hive minds. I don't know how familiar any of you are with the term, but think of multiple living beings sharing the same conscience. What one knows, all know. What one says, all say, kind of thing. Very rare, but they are out there. Could be what's behind the weapons, as far as what they're pulling from. But that's just an educated guess. As far as our other friend who's returned, I have a suspect of what kind of entity we're dealing with that brought him back, but as far as who that entity is, like I said, the list of possibilities was near endless.
Well, the knowledge is good, but at this point, we just have to deal with what's in front of us, I guess.
Yes. But I thought we had a resource that we have yet to use, and I decided to use it this morning to see if I can get us any extra information.
Oh, we noticed.
Well, I figured the rest of you would want to get to work on our job we've been given.
Without the healer? That's a dumb recipe for disaster.
Well, I was going to do more research for the rest of the day on these topics, but I don't think the information could be found in these public domains. I think we've exhausted what these libraries can give us at this moment. And I don't think I'll be able to get access to the private library until much later down the line.
Well, should we wrap up here then and discuss other things at home?
Yes, I do believe that'd be the best thing to do.
All right. If everyone's done, we'll head out.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
You finished with those pastries over there, bless you?
Yep.
I also want to point out, Doug devoured the one in front of him because he skipped breakfast.
It's just like.
Mhm.
I
That's fair.
might stay here and do a bit more research.
Do you want help?
No, you probably are needed with the other discussions.
Those discussions cannot happen without you, Doctor.
Fair enough. Well, Zon, don't take too long. You know the path back, correct?
Mostly.
Hey, she's learning. Pretty soon she'll have the city down.
Don't know about that. I'll know my favorite places.
To be fair, I am also still learning the city.
If you can get one from one favorite place to the next, all you need.
Perfect.
Although, to be fair, one of her favorite places is not stationary.
This is true.
That's fine.
Okay, she's broke. It's not a problem.
Yeah, it's not like I have any money anymore.
Right.
It was money well spent, though.
It was. Pretty good.
Okay.
Okay.
All of you, sans Levigazon, head out back to Eva's.
Mhm.
We'll pick up
Mhm.
with Zon immediately.
Oh,
Yeah, oh yeah. Rear
Oh,
up
fuck.
first.
Cool beans.
Unless you need a minute to think.
Nah.
All right, what do you got? As your
Um,
friends and frenemies depart.
frenemies. It's currently enemies.
love you, Tata.
She's going to look up Clark Price. See if there's anything in here.
Roll an investigation check.
Sure. 18.
18.
18.
So proud of you, Zon.
Thank you. Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh,
Oh,
no.
no.
Somebody stream something.
Ah. Welcome back.
Hi.
Fucking Discord.
It's all right. Captain Clark Price.
Yes.
While he has a house name, the Price House holds no chair or seat within the noble district. What you are able to trace back is that they are of enough wealth to still maintain a house name, as it's not common for someone to typically have a last name unless they have a house that they tie back to.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, not enough political sway, power, or wealth to have an established banner or a seat on any council.
Mm-hmm.
The beginning and the career of Clark Price appear humble at surface level. But you've had your rebellious days.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know what it's like to break a law here and there, and what it's like to do certain favors in kind to have things removed from official records.
Mm-hmm.
And this place is no official record keeping place. Just has simple general knowledge. Looking down history of the island, specifically the guards, things like that. It's kind of like the military history.
Mm-hmm.
There is subsections and names. Piecing things together, you realize that the title of captain is fairly recent. But specifically, what's interesting to you is that when this individual entered the guard, you begin kind of lining up the years and realizing that there was a time where they would gain a rank or two and then lose one. Gain one or two, lose one. You begin to see a pattern of someone who either made a lot of mistakes and was able to assist in covering it up, or made honest mistakes and paid penance and time to make them up. Of course, nothing here would dare speak ill of the guard, but you've already heard your rumors within your own little group. The sheer distaste sharpened the tongue of Sir Roland as he spoke with this individual. I would say Zahn would have definitely the wisdom required to be like, something's not right here.
Mm-hmm.
You're not sure what or how involved, because again, this is a public place of public knowledge. It's not going to have he was, removed of rank for this exact deed, or, he did dark dealings in a back alley. It's not going to have anything like that, but it would have official records to a degree, promotions, not necessarily demotions, but looking at various instances within the city's history.
Okay.
Someone who would have wanted to be of a captain status would be someone who would have to have a mindset for a career. So the time it's taken him to get there versus someone who would have wanted to be there, his is a bit longer.
Okay. Okie dokie. And that's all she gets?
That's what you get.
That's what she gets. Cool. She's gonna wander around the city a bit, then eventually make her way back.
All right.
Yeah.
Say 3 hours.
Cool.
The rest of you take your walk back to Eva's house, gather up, door closed and locked.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Window shut.
Window shut, curtains drawn.
Yep. I'm not letting this information leak out.
That depends. Can anyone see invisibility yet?
I can clear a room.
No, I can't.
Everybody make a perception check to switch. I'm kidding.
I was about to roll it too.
Mhm.
You get back, door closed, locked, windows closed, curtain drawn. Everything you could think of, every way into to see into this house, closed off.
Make sure Cassandra's not home.
She
would
can stay with
still
the neighbors. That's fine.
technically be at the tail end of her school day.
Okay. Once all that is secured, Doc will look to everyone and look to Red. Well, the good news is Professor Gale is alive.
Right.
Bad news, her mind has been broken.
Oh, cute.
The other bad news, the school no
Mm.
longer has the cube.
Lovely.
The crown does.
Oh, well, that's definitely not good.
No, it is not. And if we wish to speak it, we would need to speak with our new friend in the crown to have a chance of getting close to it. Although I don't think we'll be ever retrieving it.
Right.
If we're gonna do that, we need to start work then.
Yes.
And I can't be anywhere near it when you retrieve it.
If we can retrieve it.
Right.
They are currently studying it, so they also might uncover things you don't want to be around in general for.
Right. No telling what the government would want with a phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
Considering what's under the islands, I imagine it wouldn't be good.
Probably not, but again, that's, well, that actually kind of pertains to my next bit of information. He looks at Eve on this one. There is a means of getting that enhanced effect relatively sooner. And I am one of the few people who will probably be on this island capable of doing it. But it would involve the souls of the elves to do it.
You don't need to beat around the bush, Doc. Explain.
I can use those souls to enhance your ring of mind shielding to prevent your vampire sire, I believe is what the proper term is, from communicating with you altogether. I don't
Which,
know how permanent it would be, but it can give you some relief.
I mean, communication isn't the issue.
Yes, but that urge, I will call it, and that link is very much tied together. If we weaken one, it's possible the other might relent as well.
Well, unless that becomes a certainty, it's not worth it.
It's your decision.
I understand.
Just know that we have the capability to do it if necessary. And as far as Radrix goes, I have a strong suspicion that he has been brought back by darker rituals that may pertain to some form of eldritch entity
Right.
beyond our own knowledge. In fact, there's several eldritch-like entities that are quite well known, but they all deal with the same thing. So there's no narrowing down the list of who or which entity to look out for.
Right.
We are aware of one cult on this island already,
True.
but I don't know if they're to be responsible. Granted, we do know of another cult, by definition alone, who are after phoenixes. So it's possible they might have a entity that they worship that is tied to all this.
Right.
The best part is that Brandon can't contain his smile,
Mm-hmm.
so he just keeps grinning over there.
The thing is, I don't know, it's because I'm too close or because I'm far off.
Either way, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I just like watching him grin over there.
Mhm.
It's amazing.
And as far as the other subject I mentioned, hive minds, I think that is the best the best likelihood for what is in these black blades.
I mean, we knew that.
But
Mm.
I guess it's more of they are becoming at hive mind. There originally were one conscience. I would have hoped that has been separated and become a hive mind.
Right. Hmm.
Oh, and the new professor in Professor Gale's position is I had to inform her a bit more information to get access to that staff only library.
Right. Anything I need to know
Nothing
specifically?
nothing that really pertains to you other than that I told her what
Right.
my suspicions who brought Radrix back.
Right. Okay.
Though Miss Eva is possible she may have picked up on one of us in our group is afflicted, and it's possible, very likely, given your new demeanor, that she might just think it's you if she saw you.
One of two things is going to happen. Either she's going to call the guards to come arrest us all, or she's not.
I believe she would have
And
already done so.
my point exactly.
She was very threatened by me when I mentioned I was researching something with Professor Gale. So she had the opportunity to kill me and did not. So there's the option there. In fact, I think she chose to trust me when she probably shouldn't have, by normal judgment means.
Well, normal doesn't seem to exist anymore, so gotta
Not
make do with
really.
what we have.
Yes. Well,
Drakix, did you find anything important?
He pulls out the map at this point, sets it down flat on the table. Then he just slightly taps where the circle is.
Mm-hmm.
This might be the location of the temple.
Right now.
In general.
Right. Okay.
you think it's a stationary island?
Maybe. Based off of Reese and based off of here, and knowing how the other islands drift throughout the year, this general area is at least a good spot to search.
Oh, that's a future endeavor.
Yes.
Right. Thank you for looking that up.
I figured out of all of us, the one who practically lived on the actual Cloud Sea should be the one to determine the location of it, so you're welcome. And then he just folds the map back up that he created, puts it back into the bag. At the same time, pulls out another tart and just starts to eat it. So what else are we going to do? What is the plan going forward? Num 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 num.
I believe it's more, we need to find more information about who Mr. Price is working with.
First, we need to find Mr. Price.
Mm-hmm. We
You know,
find
it could
him.
be linked to the docks somewhere. Docks is off limits, remember? Maybe that's why.
It's a place to start, if anything.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we can either wait for Zon to return.
He's also in
Which-
charge of the branch of guards at the Sirwich Field, is he not?
He would be on the border, from what I remember.
All right.
Yeah.
Where the city meets the fields, basically. Well, we can wait for Zon, and when she returns, then we can do some sightseeing, if you would like to call it that.
Right,
Get some
we can.
information.
Mm-hmm. Sightseeing works for me.
We know she's coming straight back. Unless she finds Buck, in which case she's gone.
Or the candied apple cart, in which case,
She has no
Well,
money, so, you know,
true. You're right.
she's not a threat there.
She'll probably talk them into giving her the card anyway.
Yeah.
Hey,
Or
if she
she'll
can
come
pull
back
that
here
off,
for money.
by all means. They will keep here, and she can take as many as she wants with her.
Zahn,
Uh-huh.
do you head straight back?
Oh no.
Where are you going?
She's just wandering the city.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have any purposeful wandering or just truly wandering?
Truly wondering.
Make a
Is she's
perception check.
okay. She's muddled with her thoughts.
Sure. What thoughts are you muddling through that brain?
Life, the curse, her group members. Yeah. Things that happened today. That's a 9.
9.
She's very distracted.
You're pretty distracted.
Yeah.
Make a check real quick.
Ruh-roh.
Spaghetti.
Ruh-roh.
As you are wandering through the city, it's still, it's basically, early afternoon. Still, 1, 2, 3 o'clock. Wander. The sun is bright. There are no clouds above you. You're above the clouds. There's nothing up there, really. There's nothing else up there.
Nope.
It's just bright, beautiful day.
Mm-hmm.
The wind gently blowing through. Various sounds and ambiance fill the air around you, but they drown out a bit.
Hmm.
And as they begin to become more and more of just noise in your mind, pass by very large open front window to a restaurant, tavern, something of the sorts. And you pause, you look into your reflection. For the first time in a long time, you don't see yourself in, you don't see a glimpse of whatever may be wrapping itself around your body and your soul and your mind. In this moment, you are able to find just a sense of calm and peace. Look to the window and the reflection. You see less through the window and more to yourself. I need you to roll a D1.
The D100.
Yes, please.
Ruh-roh. 80.
80?
80.
I chose high. Looking into this reflection becomes more like a mirror and less a window. Within it, you begin to see a familiar male form approach you from behind. A little spectral, maybe translucent. You recognize them immediately by the weapon held in their right hand. And they place a hand on your shoulder. It's your brother. On the other side, you see another figure, a little older, maybe not as muscular as they were in their prime. Thick, grayed beard, a glowing symbol upon their forehead. Another relative. You see more and more of your family surrounding.
she's not an emotional person, but this completely catches her off guard. And she remembers her family and how she misses home and what life was like back there, and it gets to her. It's both happy and sad.
As this moment comes to Livik, you are reminded of the words you were given as you left. Find your strength. May it be on your path. May you find something strong enough to turn.
There's a little bit more determination in her eyes. But with that, she's gonna try to subtly wipe a few tears away.
Just before we end that scene,
Oh.
I need the player to pick one party that is closest to your heart. As in the terms of family, friendship, brotherhood,
It's
clanhood, tribe, closeness.
Oh, that's hard. How dare you? How dare you tell me to pick my favorite party member?
No,
I am torn.
I know
I
it's
am
not
so
me.
Roll a
torn.
dice.
I was gonna say we know it's not red, so
No.
I'm already out of the
No.
running. It's fine.
Um.
then it's just a D4. Well,
Mhm.
D3 technically. You can't count
Yeah,
yourself in this one.
I mean, she can.
she could.
Okay, I have my numbers.
Okay.
It's Doc.
Actually makes sense.
It does.
Slowly, starting outward, the farthest reaches of this window, family members fade, one by one, until there's just your brother left. And you watch as his form fades. But it doesn't fade, it more ashes away, deteriorating, removing itself, carving itself. Like watching in real time a sculptor carve away at wood or stone. It is whittled down to an elongated beak face, a wide, dark-brimmed hat, cloak, black, raven's feathers.
Hmm.
And then it fades as well. With it, the last few words of advice given to you. Find many reasons.
She'll straighten up, fix her cloak, and make her way back.
Okay.
Yes.
About 2.5 hours have passed for those in the house before Zahn returns to. You hear a
No, first you hear a thunk. Knock, knock, knock.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Go open the door.
Zahn's just standing outside like, right. Locked doors. Those are things here. Locks. Those are things here.
Which is funny because the
Indeed.
concept of a door being on a house is foreign.
Is
to you,
weird.
because typically,
Mhm.
it's cloth
No.
tents or
Yeah.
pastry-made shelters.
Yeah, exactly. She'll just walk in.
So how did the
I'm-
sweet hunt go?
I did not go looking for any.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, that's rather surprising.
Right?
I mean, I got my research done and then I needed to wander. Do my own thing. She'll
Did
glance
you
at
at
Rod.
least go from one favorite place to another?
I don't remember where I went. I just
Drac
I
just takes
just
out the last tart and puts it on the table in front of the chair, like practically in front of Zahn anyway. Just like leaves it there.
she's gonna pick it up and remember how ravenous Doc was, and she's gonna bring it over to Doc and give it to him.
Oh.
Aww.
Doc will take it.
No.
She'll
That's
just
so sweet.
smile at him and then dust off her hands on her pants because
Yeah.
it's Zod. And then she's just gonna take a seat at the table.
Okay.
Doc will snack on the treat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I did some research,
Mm-hmm.
and I did actually find some stuff about Captain our Captain. And I mean, he's a dude. And he's a
Yes.
dude. Just to confirm, captains can
Right.
be females too. But he's not from like a rich family. Like he's from a rich family, but
He's
he
not from a rich family, but from a rich family.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. If you would stop interrupting me, I could get out my sentences.
Spicy. Okay, continue.
What I was trying to say was his family is rich. They have money, but it's not like it's enough to actually have any power or have any say. So like, yeah, he got into the captain position, but if he caused trouble, he wasn't treated special just because they had money. They don't have enough power to cause that. So like his rank went up and down and up and down and up and down until he is where he is. But that's really all that I got. They didn't have much. Either the records were wiped clean or yeah. So we might be able to talk to like some of his higher, either people that work for him or people that taught him, or like that might be a good place to start.
Can't hurt. We'd have to have the knowledge of where to find those people, though.
True. I
We'd have
mean,
to figure out one of them that's we can trust too. Make sure they're not all
that's
his
what we
crap.
got the money for.
Drac just looks away like, what? What? What?
Drax is like idly gleaming through like a catalog of sky ships. Just
Yeah.
He definitely is.
I mean, we can use a decent amount for that if we want to. Just make
Yeah.
sure we save some,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
considering we're freaking rich now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I feel
Mm-hmm.
like this was a bad idea from Sir Roland, but you know what? We'll roll with it.
I mean, I think part of it is, bribe money. That's what I did ask him for.
All
So-
right. Fair.
And there
Well-
might be more if we actually complete this. So,
That's fair.
yeah.
Alright.
Awkwardly sits there in silence like I've told you everything.
No, you're fine. I'm just thanking myself.
Mm-hmm.
Drac is just going to bring Zahn up to speed about what he has figured out. Just so
Probably.
she understands regarding like where the temple may be and everything else.
She's like, "Yep, that's a distance."
He says, yep, it is.
Yep.
All right. I need my two questionable background individuals.
Yes.
Since it's a background feature, it's not really a check. It's more like which one are you guys going to try and find? So each of you roll a d4.
Oh.
I have a list for both of you.
Define two, because I would say there's three of us with questionable backgrounds here. Doc.
But he's not from here.
It's less
Fair.
questionable
Fair.
backgrounds, it's more questionable means.
Mhm.
There you go.
All right. I'll roll my d4.
All right. Well, I got a 2.
Okay.
Wow, those are interesting rolls in order of.
It is. It legit is.
Okay.
A 2, a 3, and a 4.
Mhm.
Check real quick. Red.
Mhm.
For you, you would know someone that would operate within the area between the docks and the main warehouse district that's just off of the docks. You would know you have a contact who just goes by the name Streets.
Okay.
For you, Drakix, you would know
Mhm.
that there is a rather greasy palm barkeep just off the docks. There is you don't know the person's name, but you know they're a gnome, and you know they have a tavern that it just has no name. It is just a simple wooden sign with a horribly etched, burned image of a mug on it.
Okay.
And those would be the leads you guys may discuss over.
So he's gonna. Drac is just gonna look over at the rest of them and just be like, so I may know a guy. At a tavern that doesn't look like a tavern. We could tell just because of the fact that drunkenly he kind of grabbed a poker that was still on fire and tried to etch a mug onto a wooden sign and just posted it outside.
Basically, yeah,
Right.
that's a
That is the
perfect
only way to know that that is a tavern. But anyway, I don't know what the barkeep's name is, and he's going to be greasy, so we're going to have to pay quite a bit of coin for that one. May want to look into that, may not. It's up to the group. I will let that all for you to decide.
I know someone around the docks in the warehouse district goes by the name Streets. We could probably look him up and get some information.
That sounds fine. So we can go on the street and find Street, or we go to this tavern, non-tavern looking place and try to see how much the barkeep is willing to inform us of things. But I feel
We
like
can do both.
Right, I was about to say.
I was gonna say though, which one do we do first?
Mm.
We can do both. I imagine Red's contact will not be keen to have so many eyes around.
Probably not.
So maybe in the tavern, non-tavern, we're gonna find him at. Got it. So I guess we go to the burnt mug, because that's what I'm gonna call it going forward.
It's a good name.
Thank you.
It
Thank you.
has no name.
He's just gonna go. Yes, we're at the burnt mug. That's not the name of it. I don't care.
All right. You guys heading out right now?
It's up to the party.
Unless we have anything else pressing to go do, I don't see why we don't.
Yep, we can do that.
Yeah.
What time of day are we at currently? You had said it was early afternoon, but we did wait a while for Zong.
Yeah. So
So
it's probably about 4 now.
okay.
Okay.
You all head out. Everyone going to the burnt mug.
You make it sound like it's a bad idea calling it that.
Oh. That's just what I'm going to refer to it as because it didn't have a name, but it's a great nickname to give it until you figure out that maybe it has a name, you just never figured it out, or it just literally has no name.
It actually had a name written in common. Drakus has never read it.
More like the last time he was here, he was too young to actually know how to read it. And now he's here, he knows how to read it. And the reason why the sign is actually there is because Drakix was young and kind of nearly burned it down. And therefore, that's the reason why
As soon
now
as you
the
walk
sign.
inside, oh no, get out!
We don't serve your kind here.
Oh no.
Well, shit.
So
Mm.
the cursed crew heads out, hitting the streets, and heading towards the dock district. In your travels, you don't catch anything that seems out of the ordinary.
Mm.
Most things appear to be business as usual. A couple guards here and there,
Mm-hmm.
but nothing would indicate that there's any misdeeds going on.
No shadily dressed characters with a single leg.
Make a perception check.
Yeah, I'll be around look at that too, actually.
Sure.
I do have some business with that man.
Dirty 20.
Jack definitely has some business with a one-legged man.
Okay.
19.
Okay. No shadily dressed individuals with a peg leg, sorry.
Didn't think
Any
so, but
any Radrion?
Any Radrion?
Yep.
Perception check.
Mm.
Mm.
I love it so much. It's an 18.
18?
Yeah.
Not you can tell, no.
Okay, cool.
we'll just keep going down the D20, I guess.
Yeah.
But Eva,
Mhm.
with a 20 total, what you do recognize is that as a pair of guards is walking past the group, you kind of catch something familiar at their wayside. And for a moment, you look to the doctor, realize you see the exact same dagger on both of them. We'll end the session.
Shit.
Oh, hey,
Please
we
hold
mentioned
while I check
daggers,
my
we're
sleight of
friends.
hand modifier.
What?
Oh, shit.
I said, please hold while I check my sleight of hand modifier.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Matching daggers. We're clearly friends here.
Clearly.
Mhm.
I'll save it for next time, but
Okay. Well, with that, we'll end the session. Thank you all so much for hanging out with us today. We really appreciate it. To my players, thank you for coming back in this new year. You could have chose to not return. You could be like, nah, forget this guy. But I'm glad you're here. To everybody watching, thank you so much for hanging out. We really appreciate it. And like I said, make sure you're checking out all of our socials and following along because there might be some things happening and we will see what it is. But until then, have a great one. Enjoy it. And as we go our ways, please do not forget your snacks. Good night, everybody. Snack.